Hey everyone, this is Jay and you are looking at the iPad mini with Retina display. Comes in this box which just says iPad mini, doesn't say with Retina display on it. But if you're buying this from someone like let's say eBay or Craigslist, you can just look at the back and it says right here with Retina display. So this is the 64 gigabyte because I find 16 the space gets used up very fast, especially the apps nowadays, they're pretty big. And 32 I still find myself losing space. So for this one, 64, pretty ample size, and this is what comes inside the box. You have of course the documents, USB cord, and the outlet charger. So let me put this out of the way and focus on the tablet here. So here it is, the iPad mini with Retina display. And the first few things you'll notice here, especially if you have the original mini, are the icons. I mean, it's not really a big deal, but they do look a lot smoother, especially the corners. And of course, you'll also notice the text being crisper. This is Apple's website for it. And the images are very crisp. The text, even if you zoom out, very legible, and it's just crisp all around. I mean, this is Retina display at work, right? So you have that. I'm actually not using full brightness on the screen because if I do, this will happen to you on screen. So yeah, using low light here just so it's a lot clearer on your end. Okay, so we have that. Oh, I can actually tell you this. So it gives 4 times CPU performance compared to the iPad mini 1, 8 times graphic performance, and it still has 10-hour battery life. And of course there's the A7 chip, the same chip that the iPad Air uses. But I believe the iPad mini has a slightly slower clock rate for it. So here we go, same display, but it uses a 2048 by 1536 resolution, which is 326 pixels per inch. And that's the biggest thing about this tablet, because that allows us to, and this is my favorite, personal favorite, where are you? That allows us to view comic books like this. And in the original mini, I wouldn't be able to read these texts right here, but on the Retina display, it's very legible. It's tiny font, but you can really see it. You can read it without having to either zoom in like this, oops, or tap to the corners to make sure that you're focusing on that one corner. So that's what I like about it. It allows me, this is a personal favorite, to read these comic books. And of course, if you're also into graphic novels or you have books with small fonts, this is great for it. Magazines as well. Let's see here. So everyone watches videos on their tablets, and I'm going to show you Arrow from CW.
Mr. Queen, I thought you were serious when you said we were partners.
Isabel.
And it's one of the coolest shows of the season.
I got it. I shut down the phones. The guards can't call for help.
Very clear, especially if you're on a really good wireless router. It's HD right now. You can see letterboxing on the top and the bottom here. Volume is very loud, but I will warn you that if you have the iPad Air to compare it to, the volume level on that is even louder. In a quiet room, this can be very loud, and as you can see, I'm trying to talk over the sounds. So we have that, and if you don't watch Arrow, go watch it now. It's really cool. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is this one. So we watched Arrow, we saw the black bars for letterboxing on the top and the bottom. It wasn't that bad, but you will still have some videos which will show you really big black bars and a tiny strip right there in the middle to show you the actual video. I believe this is 16:9 aspect ratio, and you're watching Skyfall, by the way. And it's a little nitpicking, but I would have preferred to see more, real estate for videos. But that's due because of the iPad's 4:3 aspect ratio. And one last thing I really would have wanted is for them to add another set of speakers at the top, make it really stereo. But I believe they saved this spot here for 4G LTE connections. So that's the iPad mini, and I'm gonna show you one last thing. That is gaming. This is Infinity Blade 3. Alright, so it's gonna be a tutorial session, I believe. Yep. So what we have here is console quality graphics on this tiny tablet. It's very fluid. Graphics is really crisp. And that's the A7's capability right there. And if you've never played Infinity Blade, just start playing it now. It's really one of the best mobile games around. Oops. Also one of the most challenging games, especially when you're deep into the level. Alright, so enough of that, and beyond that really, it's very similar to the original iPad mini. I got this because of the resolution boost. It really makes a difference. That was the only thing that was holding back the iPad mini for a lot of people. And of course, you're welcoming 4 times CPU processing speed and 8 times graphics capability, as well as the 64-bit architecture for the processor. So it's a huge boost for this 7.9-inch tablet. And one last thing, if you have the original mini and you've sold it, but you kept the accessories, good job, because now you can use the original smart cover. It works well with the 2nd generation. And I also had this, or have this iPad mini 1 back cover that fits the iPad mini 2 with Retina display. And there you go, you got a protected iPad mini 2 without spending more on accessories, just by keeping your original accessories. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like these videos. See ya.